Hi, hello. Welcome to another episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is August 22nd, 2023. Hopefully, this episode finds you well, in good spirits, and high hopes. As for me, we're doing pretty good today. We're rocking, we're rolling, we're ready to fight. No, everything has been pretty hunky dory. And now we're here. We're podcasting. Sadly, I don't have too much to report on the food corner. Pretty ho-hum, regular day foods. I had some Sun Chips, the old Harvest Cheddar. There you go. And some peanuts. So yeah, that's really riveting, interesting stuff. Let's see here. I won't bore you with the details today. Let me go ahead and get my little start break going in there. You know, I like to start off with a little bit of a de-stress, relax, what have you. Ooh-wee. Hopefully you're having a good Tuesday. All right, let's get into some news. Actually, let me have my drink. Wouldn't want to start this parched. Please don't ask me where that accent's from. I couldn't tell you. ABC News. Pakistan cable car updates. All 8 passengers rescued after dangling 1,000 feet in the air. So, I initially heard at the top of the day there was a cable car that had a cable car malfunctioned, and essentially was only hanging, I believe, by one cable as opposed to the 2, and it was looking like a really dire situation. But they did have people on the scene, and there were just going to be updates, throughout the day. And I was really happy to hear, I feel like around, maybe halfway through the day, 2, 3 o'clock, I'm not 100% sure. But, excuse me. This all winds up, more or less becoming good news. Everyone was rescued. So, yay, that. Start off with a dub. But 2 adults and 6 children were rescued Tuesday after they were dangling 900 feet above the ground in Pakistan when a cable car used to get kids to school broke, sparking a dramatic hour-long rescue operation. The 6 children range in age from 10 to 15. Pakistani Prime Minister Anwar ul-Haq Kakar tweeted about the rescue, saying he was relieved to know that Amal Hadilillah, we fucked that up, sorry, which is, thank God, all the kids had been successfully and safely rescued. Great teamwork by the military rescue departments, district administration, as well as the local people. So kind of what I saw, they had a helicopter that they had kind of flew over the cable car that they, I believe, used to help get people out. And then I think they also attached either another cable or some sort, and or they just made a system, a pulley system almost, where they could just I'm not using the right terminology, but it's almost like a zip line where they just zipped over to them, hooked them up to a zip line, and then they came back. So yeah, I mean, everyone was saved. So this is this is a dub. This is a nice story. We like that. I either like starting or ending. I usually end with a good story. I will say I'm ending with an interesting story, but we'll get to that. We're not there yet. Let's see. But let's move along. From the BBC News, Thaksin Shinawatra. I probably got that name wrong, even though I tried 2 or 3 times to pronounce it, whatever. Former Thailand Prime Minister jailed after return from exile. So this was not the update I was planning on. I expected, I should say, on giving, but this kind of just popped up on me. So I got a little crash course on who Thaksin Shinawatra is, and what's kind of going on in Thailand right now. So Thailand's former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra has been jailed upon returning to the country after 15 years in exile. But many believe he has struck a deal that will keep him from serving more than a short period in prison. He arrived in Bangkok on Tuesday morning in a private jet hours before his Phú Thai Party's candidate Sarita Chavison was voted the next Thai prime minister. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with me, the last time we talked about Thailand, the Phú Thai Party was like a side part of it. You know what I mean? We were talking about the Move Forward Party and how their main person was being blocked and how he wasn't going to be allowed. But there was a chance that if they worked with the Phú Thai Party, things were going to balance out and things were going to be okay. They could make it work. And that's more or less what happened. But essentially, the Phú Thai Party said, okay, we took a big L here. Like the Move Forward Party beat us. Not only that, we just did not do well in the elections. So, and they also are going to say, hey, the whole situation with Shinawatra isn't related to this, but at the same time, they made extreme concessions here that, like, no one predicted them to make, essentially even siding with, like, the Royalist Party of Thailand and just making all kinds of deals that just weren't expected to secure themselves. And in doing all of this, they essentially just blotted out the Move Forward Party more or less entirely, which is something that I hate about, like, coalition type governing. Like, don't get me wrong, I think it is very good. It's very interesting. It has its upsides, its pros, and its cons. But, like, the idea that, like, you can win an election, but if, like, you don't coalesce a big enough coalition or group of people to, like, vote alongside you, party alongside you, then the win is nullified. That being said, there were people that were excited to see Shinawatra. They're called red shirts, which, if you're a Trekkie, that's a very interesting thing that red shirts are being involved here, but they're just loyalists to this guy. Now, I will say, like, royalists hated this guy, like, apparently. That was part of him being ousted and put into exile or whatever, was like he was kind of anti. But I guess everything was kind of so dire here. They're like, yo, we cannot let these young fucking progressives in here and run the show. They essentially said, we're willing to work with this Phú Thai Party. Like, they are like the lesser evil here. But yeah, I mean, I don't know much here, let alone the behind the scenes shit. But essentially, this guy has come out of exile and essentially has, like, submitted himself finally now to prison. We'll see if it kind of goes the way that people are thinking. He has the ability to now file for, like, a petition for pardon, and it's looking like he probably will get it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the future holds here. It's a bit of an update. Like I said, this all kind of just fell into my lap today, and I figured, hey, we'll talk about it. Let's see. We can move on now. We've talked enough. Kind of riffed. Feel free to read that if you'd like to get the whole skinny there. All right. From CNN. A Californian was killed after an argument over a pride flag hanging outside her clothing store, deputies say. A Southern California clothing store owner was shot and killed after an argument about a rainbow pride flag hanging outside her business, police said. As the LGBTQ plus community continues to face violence and threats across America. Lori Carleton, 66 years old, died from a gunshot wound Friday evening at her store, Mag PI, in Cedar Glen, about 80 miles by car east of Los Angeles. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office said the suspected shooter, Travis Ichiguchi, 27 years old, also dead following a shootout with deputies after the suspect fled from the first shooting, authorities said. So, Ichiguchi had torn down the flag and yelled many homophobic slurs towards Carleton, and Ichiguchi shot Carleton after she confronted him. Sheriff Shannon Discus said Ichiguchi had also made several disparaging remarks about the flag before the shooting, the sheriff's office said in a news release. Also, he has been on like Gab, which is like a right wing social media site, I believe, and then also X, formerly known as Twitter. How many weeks do you have to like say the whole thing before you're gonna say X? I'm very curious about that. But he's been, excuse me, saying a lot of like just homophobic, inflammatory shit online. And apparently, in this moment, he was at the shop, and Carleton has dealt with this shit before, to the point of like she had already replaced the flag because like it's a long standing thing of like people just coming trying to rip it down, talking shit. But in the situation, she said it had kind of been faded out due to like sun damage, like wearing out. So she's like, I'm gonna like replace it, which goes to show like she is giving this pride flag the same respect that like a motherfucking veteran is like, you know, when they see a flag, like, yo, I can't let this shit fade. I can't let this shit hit the ground. Like, no, I respect this, brother. And I fucking love that. And this is apparently she's not a part of this community in the sense of like she's gay or anything like that. She just as an ally, she just supports this shit. And she lost her life literally defending this. And it's not something that she, you know, I'm sure planned on doing that day when she woke up. It's not like she woke up on the front line like that. But at the end of the day, that's what wound up happening to her. And I guess at the end of the day, this meant this much to this Ichiguchi guy that he was like, I got to kill her. And then I got to fucking shoot out with the cops. I got to go out GTA style. But that's what he chose to do with his life. Which is very unfortunate. It's very fucking sad that you just see this out of people who like it's, don't get me wrong. Like I read some of his shit. He was talking about how like, you know, this is a religious thing. And like, if you really care so much about that, like if you're a Christian, you should care about this shit. You should fight for your rights and oppose this kind of stuff. And like, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like the same religion you are referencing, it talks about being like loving and accepting of all people, like, and living by actions. Like, bro, not by a fucking gun. Like, who do you think you are, dude? It's wild. It's wild as hell that this shit is happening. That it just sadly just gets more and more normalized some fucking how. But I just wanted to highlight Carleton's life in that way. You know, it's the least I can fucking do, and I just feel like it was a story worth talking about. Let's see. We have one more thing to cover. So you know what that means. I'm going to take my break. Ooh. Ooh-wee. All right. Our last story comes from CBS News. Chicago woman arrested for threatening to kill Trump and his son. So let it be for the record that this is a balanced podcast. All right. I do both sides. Okay. All right. 360 News. All right. Okay. This was a bit of a twist. I just found out about this shit today. The Secret Service arrested a Chicago woman Monday after prosecutors alleged she sent multiple menacing emails to a Florida school in which she threatened to kill former President Donald Trump and his teenage son, Barron, a law enforcement official confirmed to CBS News. Now, look, I don't know. I feel bad. I was literally looking up, like, I think it might have been this. But, like, I saw a picture of, like, the family and then in which, like, Barron Trump was there. And you know the thing where, like, if you have, like, blue eyes or whatever, maybe it's green, too, your eyes can somehow, like, come out red. I'm not sure the reasons. I'm not a fucking scientist. But, like, your eyes can come out red on photos. And I just see a picture of Barron Von Trump just, like, kind of looking aloof. And he just, like, has, like, the red eye kind of situation. And it's like, poor kid. Like, you know what I mean? You know, at the end of the day, I'm not down to like clown on people who at the end of the day aren't doing anything. They aren't actually political figures or whatever. Barron Trump's a kid. He's not doing the things like his older brothers are doing. So I'm not really trying to yuck on him or whatever. But I definitely don't want to see the kid murdered. Nor at the end of the day do I need to see Donald Trump assassinated. Please do not give the Trump base the satisfaction here, okay, that this motherfucker gets a JFK treatment. No. They would never let it go. Let's see. Let's read the quote. Let's talk about it. I will shoot Donald Trump Sr. and Barron Trump straight in the face at any opportunity that I get. Tracy Fiorenza allegedly emailed the headmaster of a Palm Beach school on May 21st, 2023, according to a criminal complaint filed earlier this month in Florida. Ugh, man, like I once again, I've said this before on this podcast. It is like I referenced Patterson a lot as of late since this happened, but like posting on Facebook like manifesto style, as beatnik and like off-brand as it is, like it at least makes sense of like the millennial in me. Like that appeals to my senses. Sending emails just feels like such a weird way to implicate yourself in a fucking crime, but people do it apparently all the fucking time. Now she's in her 40s, so like I guess that kind of makes sense. Isn't that like Gen X or whatever? Like I guess you're still in that age. And I shouldn't clown too fucking hard here. Because this definitely looks like there might be like mental, like health involved here, mental issues, illness here. But Fiorenza, she then doubled down days later. She said, "I'm going to slam a bullet in Barron Trump's head with his father in self-defense." I don't know if she's like following this up like because she's like maybe like stewed over the first email and was like, I need to make sure that people understand that I'm gonna do this because I'm being attacked. And I'm sure like in circles people are like, yeah, look at the liberal left going crazy, and they say that we're the problem. I don't fucking know. I'm not really looking that hard here on X right now or any social media. I'm definitely not on Gab doing the hard research. I don't get paid enough. Okay, let's just be fucking frank about it. And I'm okay with that because I'm a lazy guy and I like doing this. I like giving you guys the free shit and we all are happy here. If you want to know why Tracy did what she did, by all means, let me know. I will put that on, I will blast it for you. But yeah, this looks like a mental health thing. They did bring her in. It's a real shame that this is just yet again just more of a normal thing of people using the internet to just like scream these things that they just should not say. Like they should not do these things. Like, and I'm glad that once again referencing the Patterson situation that she did not like actually like do a shootout or whatever. She complied and she's gonna go through the whole legal process now. But excuse me. Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. It goes to show this is on both sides. People are just kind of, a little unhinged, kind of taking it off a little bit, losing their lid. I don't condone that, gotta say, but I mean, it is hot out here. It's crazy. It's brutal out here, to quote Olivia. All right, that's all I have for today. I think we managed through some technical difficulties. I think this podcast is going to be able to post okay. We'll see. Fingers crossed. But yeah, you've already made this a spectacular experience. If you made this far, you're awesome. Yay, heart emojis radiating to you. Let's see. If you'd like to support further, I do have a Patreon. Patreon.com/Isaiah News. You do become a newsie. I shout you out at the top of the month. I say your name if you'd like. I plug a project that you're doing if you'd like. If you'd like to be a silent donator, a silent whale, as you like to say, maybe. We love whales. We're whale watchers. Feel free. I won't say your name then. I will zip it. But if you'd like to contact me, IsaiahNews1@gmail.com. As well as the social media, I'm there. I'm terminally online. You just gotta find me. Click a couple buttons. I'm sure you'll see me or the podcast. If you'd like to do me another solid, please subscribe to the YouTube. Also, max out those reviews. Those are always good. Comments are good. Thumbs up are good. But yeah, follow on the respective listening apparatus application you're on. That'll be awesome. And yeah, hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love you. Bye-bye. Mwah.